All right, so we are on the YouTube portion here. If you're on the podcast and you want to look over at the YouTube portion, so this is my brother Curtis that I've been talking about. He and I look a lot alike.
I'm a little older, as you can tell.
Well, I don't have the gray beard because it would be gray now.
Hey, don't forget to pull your thing like you always forget.
Oh, yeah.
You always say, oh, I forgot to pull a name.
I remember doing that the first couple of those.
Hurry up.
All right, we're going to pull a name. We got them down here, and I'm pulling out Chris Brady. Hey, Chris Brady's the guy I went to high school with. It's we've noticed that there are some people that I know more, or Curtis and I would know, just because they kind of know us. But it's cool whenever people we don't know start listening to. It's neat to, as we get, like, I know I'll probably do at least 100 of these episodes because it's so fun for me to do. And right now we're at, I don't know, what was this, number 19, I believe. So Chris Brady, you'll be getting the cards in this, unless I always tell you if there's like a Mike Schmidt rookie, I'm keeping that. Because I'm giving you these out of the goodness of my heart.
He's nice, but he's not that nice.
And you'll also get a few like packs that are kind of, I call them junk wax packs, but there's still some good cards in those that I have tons of them around my house. So here's the 1973 tops. And I think when you see the 1973 and the 1974, they look a lot different. Some of them stayed the same, but they look a lot different. And this is the Christmas rack pack we were talking about. So if you can see, it would be hanging like that. I know I'm not great at doing this, but
show them the back.
So that then the back has the wreath we were talking about.
Yeah.
And there was a different one, obviously, but I don't have that one. The other one looks like it's the same. So we're going to open the 1973 tops, and I'm excited because I like old cards. They're my favorite. And so we have Don Sutton. Then we have them, they're upside down. We have Jim Holt on the front, and then who was that? Joe Torre. And then on the back. We'll just get to it. It's hard to see it. So you can tell it's funny to see this. They're just stapled. If you can see that, you can see it. The little staples there. So obviously they're sealed, and you could probably reseal these, and I'm probably getting scammed, but that's all right. It's still fun. I got a Don Sutton card, so I'm just going to cut through there and not hit the card. Hopefully. Try to.
Yeah, hard to keep these in good shape.
But hey, man, they do have them sealed in there pretty tightly, don't they? Kind of need to cut down there.
Because they don't want anybody shifting them around to where you can see what other cards are underneath there.
Yeah, it's hard to get into. Sorry if it's taking me a while and I'm bumping around everything. It's tough. I don't think I've ever opened one of these before. Wow. Let's try this side. The anticipation is killing me.
They got them hermetically
there we go. We're getting
sealed.
there. We're getting there. Nice word, hermetically.
I don't even know if that's right.
I'm sure it is, because you are Kurt, Vaughn, and have Mayha. There we go. Jeez, I'm like messing the card up. It's so hard to keep it. All right. So here's the first we're going to take out. All right, so we've got 3 cards here to start with. Or 4 cards here. 4 times 3, 12. The first one is Dan Monson. And that card's in pretty good shape. It's got good corners on it, actually. Dan Monson. So there's the front, and I was telling you that the back has a little smudge on it. You can see there. So that would take away value right there, that smudge. And that's nobody's fault. It would just, I think it's a printing error. It came off. Back then you had a lot more smudges. It was just different than nowadays. They print them so nicely today.
Technology.
Yeah, it's so much better. Yeah. So Dan Monson. So you see that he also has his minor league and major league record on there. It's hard to see. Yeah, I never heard of the guy before, but that's all right. So yes, this is already a pack has a couple guys in the front, but it's probably not going to have much in it. Bob Robertson. Why would you name him that? Robert Robertson.
And some sweet mutton chops. Yeah,
look at that. That's also fun to see. The way that things change with looks. Nowadays, anything goes. But Bill Slayback. Have you ever heard of these guys? Did they really play? Hey, man, they were in the pros, right?
That's right.
They made it. They had their cup of tea. And then we have Don Sutton. It's also like it's a bad cut on that card. So they probably said, let's put a decent card in there, but the cut's terrible. Like, look at the back of the cut.
Don Sutton won a lot of games.
But he is a really good player. He might be a Hall of Famer.
I don't know.
I'm not
Hall
sure.
of Fame, but he's
a
certainly
good player.
Won a lot of games in his career.
Don Sutton. All right, here comes the next one. It's take us a while. I know this episode's a little longer, but that's all right. I don't get to get here enough, so we're gonna keep hitting that thing. I'm sorry, everybody. It's so hard to get in there. Just don't want to. There we go. I think that one's a little bit better. You just go all the way across.
And tomorrow my little brother's taking me to see the Cleveland baseball team play. So
I sure hope they don't call them the Cleveland baseball team. Not to change it. Spiders or Guardians, we'll go for. That'd be good. All right, here we go. We got Paul Blair.
He was a decent player.
That's in pretty good shape.
Outfielder, right? When he outfielder.
Yep, outfielder Paul L.D. Blair. L.D. Oh man, not Mike Schmidt. Gary Edward Gentry. Gary Gentry. Man, these are cool cards, though. Horacio Pena.
Don't know that one.
And then this guy's a very popular guy. Joe Torre. He was on the front. We saw him, too. So we got Joe.
Maybe a better manager than a player.
Yeah.
Although he was a decent player.
I'm looking at it, though. Yeah. He had 216 homers at this time and a 303 lifetime batting average so far. So come on, man.
Yeah, I got to give him credit. I have a 0 batting average in the...
I would even if I played.
Yeah.
All right, we've got one more little section, then we'll do the 1974. And for the most part, 73 cards, as you have older cards, they're going to be worth a little more depending on the player. But Jim Holt, he was on the front. Ken McMullen. The guys, and this is getting before my time. So I was born in 1975.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say, you don't know.
And whoa, what's that name? Rogelio Moret or Moret? I don't know.
Huh.
He went as Raj Moret. And this guy's a good pitcher, Jack Billingham.
Yeah,
that's a really cool card. I love it.
They're all kind of cut bad, aren't they?
This one's an off-centered cut too. So it's a bad. So it was another good player, but it's like they said, well, this is a kind of a cut card that wasn't very good. It had a bad centering, so we'll put that in there and reseal it.
A lot of your friends from the Fort would like those guys from the Reds.
Yep. I know the Reds really well now too, just from living in Fort Recovery all those years. And at least, and at this point, I'm not in my my mother-in-law's basement right now. But she was so nice to let us do that in the basement. I might even do some more from there. I'm not sure yet because I'm off all summer, so I may be up in Ohio more than Arkansas. I'm not sure yet. Might even do one down in Tennessee, just so I can go to different places. We call them road podcasts. All right. So here's the 1974 tops. 74 tops, and for some reason the middle is always upside down.
I like that design a little better, I think, than this one.
Do you? I like the 73 better.
Yeah.
But that's just me because I'm younger. You're an old man. All right, let's try see if I can do this a little quicker this time. Chris Brady's like, man, there was no cards in that. They sucked eggs. That's it. Yeah, I was going to talk about that. I saw that earlier. There's a guy in here we know that played for the Cleveland Indians that wasn't on the Cleveland Indians at that time, but I can remember always hearing his name up there. Oh, man, it's so hard to get in there. They did seal them pretty well.
Maybe back in them days, people weren't trying to rip people off as much or something. You know
I don't think they made them during those years, though. I think it was later, the Christmas racks. Jim McLaughlin. So these, I didn't really talk about what they look like. I guess I should have done that. But if you want to go look at it, just look on YouTube. But they have the little, what do we call that, little, like a flag up there, little pennant flag kind of thing with the name of the team they're on, and then what position they play. Then obviously the bottom has their name. The top has the city, and then the bottom has the name of the team, nickname. Yeah. Then the back is a green and black. That's pretty cool looking. I like that. And it again has their whole major league. It says major league, but it also has some minor league on there too. Most of them.
I used to sit around and this is how weird I am. I used to sit around and read and study the backs of these cards. I know that seems fun. Weird, but
then look what you do now for a living: study and read stuff. See?
Yeah. I'd rather read stats than legal documents. But
yeah. All right.
Those traded cards were.
Yeah, we didn't talk about those.
Yeah.
I think this was the first year. I'm almost positive. I remember making this set too. This was the first year they had the 132 card traded set. They have those. They had those, and I've talked about those in some of the wax packs that are junk wax episodes in like the 80s. I think this was the first year because they didn't have those in 73, but the traded. So if somebody later in the year They did put the whole set out, the 660 card set, but then if some guys got traded or there were some rookies in there, they made that extra 132 card set. That was their way to make a little more money probably and it would be cool to have both sets. So there's a traded card. I'm glad that came up on there. He is a Cleveland Indian and his name is, what's that say? Cecil Upshaw.
Yeah. Cecil
Upshaw. I've never Dad probably heard of him.
I think he's a decent player,
So on the back it says Upshaw dealt to Tribe, so they have a little bit about him on there. That's pretty cool. All right, then we got Diego Segui. Heard of him before. Hey, another traded. I like the traded cards. Luke Walker. Traded card. Let's do the one with Ordergate on it. Next little section here. We have, all right, this was a guy that we saw play for the Cleveland Indians, and it's George Orta, but we'd always hear him say, Ordergay Orta!
And actually, I was at a baseball game where he went 6 for 6, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. It was the first time I think I'd ever been to a baseball game where a guy went, got a hit every time he was up.
I don't know how many people have done that.
He was a solid player, not but way above average. Yeah. And had some good years for the Indians. It's just when he played for the Indians, they were terrible.
Yeah,
those he was like the best player on the team.
And those awesome uniforms with the red were so bad. Now we have Dave Campbell. I've heard of him before. Mm-hmm. Dave Campbell, he's a youngster there. Bob Didier, I don't know. Did he or didn't he? Bob Didier. Bob Didier. Bob Didier? I didn't mean to call you stiff. I'm sorry. You were in the pros. Carmen Fan Zone. What a name. He's in the fan zone.
Man,
that's his actual name. That's great. Now, look at his. His says, they don't do this much anymore. Second base and third base. If it was like that, they'd say IF infield. But most of them just have one position. I didn't realize that. That's cool. All right, last one here. And then we're going to do another episode while we're in Rittman here. On the next one will be on 1978 and 1979, kind of the same thing. But
some people are probably saying, "Where the heck's Rittman at?"
Yeah, Rittman, Ohio
is near Akron. Let's just
close to Akron, Ohio. But hey, it's Rittman. So Rittman, shout out. All right, okay. We haven't got the Dave Winfield or Dave Parker yet. That's what we're trying to get. Chuck Brinkman. He now owns the Brinkman Security. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. He's just Chuck Brinkman. Oh man, it was San Diego. I was looking down and I saw San Diego Padre. I thought it would be. I was hoping for Dave Winfield. Rich Folkers. He's on Meet the Folkers. That's Fockers. Sorry. Rich Morales. I've heard of him too.
Yeah, he played for quite a few years.
Now look at the back of that one. See I think y'all can see that it's got like smudges on it. That just came. That's not really from anybody handling the card. It just came out of the printing press like that. It's just
the ink just runs.
The ink was bad, yeah.
And then traded.
That we had a regular card of him, Horacio Pena, and then he was traded. So he actually has 2 cards, unless it was in the one we did before. But we had Horacio Pena. Who would think we'd get him twice on this? That's how I know these are resealed with guys that just usually aren't great. Here and there you might get somebody good, but that was really fun though. So again, it has the back, the traded with the newspaper article, like Curtis said. All right, so that was our 1973 and 1974 Christmas rack pack. We had a couple of those there, and we're going to go back to finish up the episode, and thanks for watching.